Fellow Americans. Susanna for President 2024 and for Vice President 2024. I'll explain that one in a little bit. Today I'm joined by Davi for our Franklin Delano Roosevelt's Fireside Chats edition 2024. It's getting closer to the end of the year. Today we are going to be talking about homelessness and reducing the homeless issue. Hopefully, the solutions that we talk about today will really show that they reduce our issues with homelessness by at least 90% within just a few years. It's going to take some work, not going to lie. But I believe that we can and we should and we will come together to make this happen. Everything that is laid out is going to be practical, it's going to be reasonable, and it's going to be affordable. And that is very important for our nation. We have to be able to afford the things that we do for it. With that in mind, let's get started with some discussion here about it. So we were talking a little bit a while back, I think, about some of the solutions that we think would help reduce the homeless issue all around, really. Implementing different types of housing, implementing different strategies. So I was thinking, I've talked a little bit about some of my homeless solutions on my video. So what are some of your homeless solutions that you were thinking of? And this is one of the things I think we were really coming together on, making sure that our people are taken care of. So go ahead.
Awesome. Greetings, everyone. My name is Davi. I am a 2024 American Independent Presidential Candidate. As Susanna alluded to a little bit before, what we are doing is providing two new ways for you to support either of our campaigns. If you believe Susanna would be great as a president, you can write her in as Susanna Tanner. But if you believe Susanna would be great as vice president, you can write in Davi, and Davi will provide for the first time a plan for equality and democracy. So this is the first time that we are dealing with the presentation of a core solution for our society with no more room for complaints, new conversations in our nation and in our world. I'm running to earn your vote in 2024 as President of America and leader of the free world. My website is bydavi.com. Just a little bit of history about me. I have been running with the Green Party for the majority of the past year and a half. In August, I received third place out of the candidates who ran for the presidential nomination. And we are continuing as an independent presidential campaign. And I've partnered with my campaign manager, Nissan Pitcher, as well as vice presidential candidate Susanna Tanner, true fellow advocates for a brighter nation. And we are, I'm going to give you the overview of my areas of focus, so you kind of get the overall picture, and then we'll dive deeper into the housing specific aspect. So my areas of focus include rehabilitation and recycling, providing healing-oriented support for those ailing in body, mind, and/or behavior, finding harmony and balance between uses and contribution to Earth, the American Refresh, a four-year transition through PACE collective voting. Americans vote for the exact government that we want moving forward, intentionally managing the growth of technology, and the emergency mediator wing of the police, an emergency mediator wing of the police that on demand mediates tough situations, conversations without guns, batons, or slow court dates. So I'm here to present another way, another choice of vision called Earth Order. Earth Order is a new choice that offers direct democracy, an online voting system that allows us to ongoingly vote for the exact government that we want moving forward, a new choice providing equal salaries for chosen work, a new choice where all have access to quality housing through a housing exchange, a new choice that covers all healthcare costs. So what we're here to talk about today is is housing. And what I want to do is give everybody a chance to visit the actual website so you know where you can actually reference this conversation as well. So before I go into that, Susanna, did you want to just kind of give a quick overview of your housing uh, plan?
Yeah. So a lot of my housing plan implements not only reusing and recycling aspects of our nation, such as used houses, used connexes or shipping containers. There's been several of those that have been turned into small living spaces. So utilizing those types of um, containers are definitely beneficial, as well as like mobile homes and pre-manufactured homes that are used. Also, also utilizing new technology like 3D printed houses. The technology is still being perfected, but that doesn't mean that it's not a solution. We can use those, and I believe that it's coming along pretty nicely. I'm following the updates on the technology. There's also uh, just building um, regular houses, regular apartment complexes, just to make sure that there's efficiency housing for people who are in transition, just to keep people off the street, as well as possibly buying or renting out empty warehouses and houses that are for sale, just to help get all of our people off the street. There's a lot of things that we can do. Those are a lot of the ideas that I have. There's also a financial aspect, but we'll get into that a little bit later.
Okay, okay. So here we go to bydavi.com/earth order, and you can click on home exchange. And here you'll find the details about our home exchange. So essentially, Earth Order offers a home exchange where all have access to quality housing and diverse homes. Participants will be able to live in homes that are managed and maintained by Earth Order and have an opportunity to transfer locations seasonally. Why is this important? This is important because, number one, the housing market in no way reflects the average American's income. So what we need to do is provide a way for us to, number one, take advantage of the plethora of foreclosed homes or unused apartment complexes, unused homes, and allow them to be managed by Earth Order, which would be a branch of the government that is run by people who are concerned and focused on creating a incentive outside of capitalism, but an incentive that really reflects the necessity for us to improve the quality of life as Americans. So with this, we're going to not only create a space for those who've been homeless, and I don't like using the word homeless because it home is where the heart is, right? So wherever your heart's beating and you're still living out here, that's your home. But houselessness, those who, we have a huge issue with the folks living in the sewer systems of Las Vegas right now, for example, and in New York, where I'm located. We also have a huge homelessness issue, really in intersection with the drug problems we're facing as a nation right now, especially dealing with the opioid crisis. So how do we create an entire system? We can't, I think part of this conversation is that we really have to focus on, we can't deal with one aspect of life for Americans. It actually has to be an entire holistic approach to all aspects of what we understand as American life in order for the real problem to be addressed. So if somebody has a home, yes, they have a home, but how is their health care being handled so that they can manage the home, so that they are in a healthy enough space to interact and maintain the home? All these aspects need to be engaged as we begin to really create a new foundation for how the society can operate fully. It's a macroscopic and a microscopic approach in terms of making sure that on the high level, everybody has access to the same things, but those same things allow each individual to optimally operate within society.
All right. So what I'm just curious, what do you think about let's see here, let me rephrase that. So are you also I mentioned buying up empty houses, like houses that are for sale, and stuff like that. So that's part of your that's part of the, what did you call it? The screen's not up now, so I'm not looking right at it. The housing.
Mm-hmm.
That's part of your housing, is buying up those properties and making sure that people actually have a place to live. That's correct.
Yeah, we have about 67,000 unoccupied foreclosed homes in the United States right now. So the issue that we're facing, right, is not about the housing not being available, which I think is kind of a misnomer that we kind of like operate with, like, oh, there's not enough housing in the US. No, there is enough housing in the US. How efficiently is it being used, right? And that does not require a bank to be nice to us. That requires the government to use some force and say that our people will be figuring out, well, not our people, but we as the government will figure out how our people can best utilize these homes, and those who and maintain those homes, those houses, and that land in a way that allows for the next person to use it when they're coming into their time with it. So it's a way of thinking about our land in our homes as really what they are. They are temporary places where we each find peace. But at the end of the day, how do we make sure that ongoingly those homes are being taken care of, and that those homes have easy access? And also, I think there's a certain level of freedom that comes with being able to choose where you want to live seasonally. There is, so many people, some people really enjoy staying in one home for, the majority of their life. Other people want to see the country. So they want to see Wyoming. They want to spend some time in New Mexico. They want to spend some time in Florida. And this gives us a way for us to be a bit more transient as a nation, get to know each other better as a nation, get to know ourselves better as a nation. And also, when you're thinking about, what it looks like for people to become adults, and choose a location in the world that reflects who they are, you really want to have some time to spend in different locations so that you can figure out what that is in an easy way. And we don't really have any way structured right now to do that. So this gives America not only a chance for it to get to know each other better, but for us to get to know ourselves better as well.